Hey everyone, and welcome back to the EV Geek Podcast. Today we have another review for you. Now this is an older car, but it's one Sebastian has not had a chance to drive it, so we're excited that Evolve Auto let us borrow this for the day. This is a Tesla Model 3 Performance. It is a 2021, but we have not had a chance to experience or review a performance. We've reviewed, I believe, the Highland.
Yep.
And we've technically kind of reviewed my Model Y, but it's the first time actually getting behind the wheel of a performance.
And then we also did a 21 or 22 standard range.
That's right, 21 or 22. Sebastian did that one with you, 21 or 22 standard range. But this is a 21 performance, not many miles on, only about 40,000 miles on it. So we're just gonna see kind of like what this is like driving this. And Sebastian will kind of take the lead on it because he drove the Highland and he drove the standard range. He can kind of give you his interpretation of what this is like compared to the other Model 3s you've driven. So what are the specs on this one with the battery and range and things like that?
Yeah, so EPA range on this is 315 miles, which is higher than I thought it was because It's an 82 kilowatt hour battery pack.
Gotcha.
And so like every other Model 3, it has a technical peak charge rate of 250 kilowatt. But as a Tesla owner, you know what that means.
You get it for about 3 minutes, around 20 to 25%, yes.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, on the outside, it's a Model 3. You do get these slightly bigger wheels with the red brake calipers underneath, although this one's got black calipers.
Yes, little modification done to it.
Little modification done to it. That said, I don't actually hate some of the other mods they did. They also did the blacked out Tesla badges, and I think it actually looks pretty dang sharp.
So you said the range was 315?
315.
So doing some quick math in here, this is a 2021 with degradation. I think this is sitting at like 290 right now, which 290, 295 on 100% state of charge. Doing our math, which seems about right for a car that's about 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, but no, I think we can do a real quick tour on the outside and then we can hop in and just take it for a spin.
All right, I'm gonna go behind the camera. Sebastian's gonna do a tour of the outside and then we're gonna take it for a driving test and we'll see you in a bit. And we are back, and we are joining you today from the Arkansas River here, a beautiful location to talk to you about this 2021 Tesla Model 3 Performance. All right, Sebastian, give us the rundown.
Yeah, so this being the Performance, it has these wheels on it. So these are 20-inch wheels. I believe these are the only ones you can get on the Performance. I could be wrong, especially if this being a used car. I don't want to lie to you. And then otherwise, it just is a Model 3 on the outside, which is kind of the secret sauce, right?
Yep.
Is no one sees this and thinks it's a rocket.
Yep.
But it's a rocket, 100%. On Model 3s, you do get a pretty decent front trunk. No drain, which is a bit of a bummer, a bit of a letdown.
We figured that out in my Tesla Model Y when we had a bunch of water in there.
Yeah.
So.
But, you know, decent sized front trunk, good. Most people will probably keep like a charge cable in it or some blankets or something like that.
Small carry-on bag. Yep.
Yeah. But, and then push down in the middle of it to close.
So someone has blacked out the logos on this one too.
And I actually think it looks pretty decent
I like it
that.
too. Yep.
And coming around back, this one being a 2021, it does have, well, we'll just point out another performance indicator. It's a little lip spoiler.
Yep. And
then it being a 2021, it has the power trunk.
Yep.
Which, like all Model 3s, it's a pretty decent sized trunk for a sedan. And you have a good sized underfloor as well with some, looks like license plate frames.
Yep.
Cool. And then to close, you hit the little button there. And while that closes, let's go check out the back seat real quick.
The 6-foot challenge.
So coming in here, also you have a white interior on this one, which is nice.
The white interior is by far the superior interior.
We'll hop in. I don't know, this is in the Joel seating position.
Nope.
It's a little tight, but it's not bad. And I don't know if you actually moved this seat or not.
I moved it a little, but it's not saved or anything like that. So
okay,
it's probably pretty far back.
Yeah. But even then, it's not bad. This would be fine. I have plenty of headroom. It's not touching. The glass roof is helping a lot with that.
Yep.
Back here, you also have 2 USB-C ports, but otherwise, there's not a whole lot happening. Let me get out, which is going to be...
One thing about Teslas, they are minimalists. There's not a lot going on inside.
There we go. Getting out was the hardest part. But yeah, really, there's not a whole lot else to cover on the exterior of this. It's like every other Model 3, so if you've seen any of our previous Model 3 videos, this is the same, just it's the Performance.
Yep.
So I think now we can get in.
Yep, so we will see the differences when we're driving it. So we're going to hop on in. Sebastian's excited about getting behind the wheel of this, and we're going to let him see what it's like to drive a Tesla Model 3 Performance. All right, we are back. We're now on the inside of this Tesla Model 3 Performance. Sebastian's going to kind of walk you through some of the different features with the performance, with the hardware and software, and then we'll take it out for a drive. So get us started, Sebastian.
Yeah, so actually, if you'll come back real quick, let's just do a real quick overview Model 3 interior, just in case you haven't seen the other videos. So very basic. This is it for screens. No gauge cluster. Just these two wheels on the steering wheel, like expected. This one being a not Highland. You actually have stalks, which I, for one, appreciate.
Yes.
You have cup holders.
This is the refresh, so you have the different opening as compared to mine. So yes.
Yep. So you got your cup holders. You've got the pocket that slides open. Wireless phone chargers. It's two, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then your center console storage, which is all, Yep. This is actually all connected to, which is kind of cool. So going to the screen. This is all, if you've used one Tesla, you've used all Teslas. It's all very similar. It does, on route, it does route planning with preconditioning to supercharger. So like if we go into Austin, Texas, which seems to just be our default location, it seems, it'll calculate. Boom. And I mean, it was so quick.
Yeah.
And that's important to note too, this being a 2021, it does not have the AMD Ryzen processor. So this is the slow one, in quotes. And it's still, it figured it out. It figured it out super fast. So we're just going to end that real quick. That's what every EV should do. If anyone's watching this and they're thinking about an EV, that's what you want it to do. Yep. And so many of them don't do it, and it drives me insane.
You put in where you're going, tell you where you need to stop, how long you need to charge for, and when you need to leave. So yes.
But if you come in here, here's the one thing that the Performance Model 3 has that the regular Model 3 doesn't have. When you come under here to Dynamics, you have track mode, and you can customize. So it has a built-in race preset, which is 50-50 front and rear motor. Your stability says normal, regenerative braking high. It'll do some extra cooling and then use the dash cam for laps. The same thing, you have a drift preset, which we won't do.
Nope. Not our car. We will not be doing that.
That's where this is where you can see though, like you can adjust this to be however you want to weight distribution, however you want your stability assist, like all of that's super cool.
Yep.
And then when you're ready to do it,
you hit track mode.
You hit track mode. It gives you a little warning. Boom, and then you get this display, which is cool because it maps your G's in all the directions. It tells you your tire pressures. Everything's green. Good. And from here, if we wanted to, we could just launch it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, we're in a parking lot.
You're welcome. But that's really the only thing. The other thing to notice immediately is, I don't know, I doubt the mics are picking it up. The AC compressor is ripping.
Yes, it is.
But that's part of that track cooling. So I'm actually going to come back in here, Dynamics, track mode off.
Yep.
But really, that's it.
Yeah. You can hear that compressor slowly.
And you can hear it slowly come down. Yep. Otherwise, it works just like every other Model 3, every other Tesla infotainment system. You have your toy box. You've got all your built-in streaming services. They just added Sirius XM, which you use in yours. You like it a lot.
Love it.
It's important to note that on Model 3 and Model Y, it is internet Sirius XM, not actual satellite Sirius XM.
Yes.
On Model S and X, it's satellite Sirius XM.
But it did give me a radio ID number I had to enter to start my account. So it did assign it a radio identification number. So
okay, well, that's cool.
Yep.
But yeah, otherwise, this is all the same. You ready to go?
Are you ready to go?
I don't know. We got to get some. I just noticed we left our detailer in the parking lot, but. All right, so let's take a quick pause, go get the stuff we left outside.
As you can see it over there. And we'll be back with you.
Then we'll come back.
And we are back after getting our stuff cleaned up. We're heading out of the park here on the Arkansas River and North Little Rock side.
And let the cyclists come through.
Yes, this is a big cycling area through here.
Which means we will be safe and we will just drive normally for a little while.
This is a very slow road. We have to share the road, so.
So right off the bat, I don't feel like the suspension is that much different than the Model 3s I've driven before.
Okay.
Well, the non-refresh Model 3.
Okay.
I think it's maybe stiffer.
Yep.
But it's not like super noticeable compared to the standard range that I think was a 21 or 22 that I drove.
As you can see, this car does have the FSD trial on it to activate it, so we could test that, but that's a whole different video.
I can tell the tires are louder.
Yes, the tires are louder.
Which makes sense because they're the performance sporty tires.
A lot more, well, not a lot more, but just more road noise.
Yeah.
Than what we're accustomed
They're
to.
stickier. They're
stickier. Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, this would still be perfectly fine. Just in this quick, immediate drive, this would be a perfectly fine daily driver.
Yep.
Like it wouldn't be uncomfortable. It wouldn't, which is not. Only bring that up because, you know, it's a performance car, right? It's a sports car. So many sports cars, you have to compromise on that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But when you go into something like this, it's a Model 3 first, and it's also just really fast.
Yeah. There's nothing different about this car as a regular Model 3. Charged the same way. Everything else is the same.
Yeah.
It just goes 0 to 60 pretty fast.
It just is fast.
Yes. So you can see kind of like the cool displays that Tesla has. You have the map. You can also swipe over and get you a full screen as well. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, and it's cool. And you know, it's even showing cars in the parking lot over there. Like, it's amazing to me how much these systems can see.
Yep. It actually tells you when there's 1 yellow line and 2 yellow lines. Because this is all just camera only now, I believe.
Yeah.
They've disabled the LiDAR. So we're only doing 25 miles an hour, but it does.
I know.
Yeah.
We're driving a performance at.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. The speed limit's 25, but it's tough driving a car that can go 0 to 60 and I forget what it is, 3 point something?
It's 3 point something.
3.2. Yeah. Someone put it in the notes what it is. I'm sure like to correct us. Okay, now we're out here.
Typical Tesla feeling. Regen is awesome. Regen's great. Does very good one pedal tuning because it's a Tesla and they all do.
Old cars over there. Pretty cool.
There are some pretty cool cars over there.
So see, it's right by the river here.
Yeehaw. We're going to go through this little neighborhood and then we'll have ourselves a pretty decent little straight stretch on the other side of the roundabout.
You can goose it a little and kind of see what you get. See the more of the map here. Showing you the roundabout here that we're entering. Pretty cool. Look at that.
The one thing it doesn't have that I wish it had was, it doesn't have a heated steering wheel, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
It was on auto, so...
Oh.
Right there,
does. Well, never mind.
These are the heated seats as well. You can also adjust it with the new function where you can adjust the seats and you can adjust the heated seats in the back too as well. So heated in the back as well.
And cool in the back that it was heated seats on all 3 back seats.
Yes.
Even though the middle seat will never be used.
And these are hot. We have the heated seats on high because it's cold out and we don't want to run the heat, but my bum is already toasty.
I don't need to know.
My bum is toasty.
All right. Come up to another roundabout.
Like I said, the white interior is nice. You don't have that wood grain issue. I know the newer models don't have the wood grain, but if you get an older model, my suggestion would be to get the white, how it kind of just all blends together.
Whew, heated steering wheel is
it's a little toasty. It's toasty, yes.
And it gets toasty quick.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
All right, I'm gonna make sure we don't have anyone around. Don't want to do anything super crazy.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yep.
It's different when you're a driver and passenger, isn't it?
Yep, I get it.
You get it now?
I understand. We're good.
And there's Evolve Auto over there. Thank you, Evolve, for letting us borrow this car for a little bit today.
To let us rip around in it.
To let us rip around in it. Still to abiding by all traffic laws.
Yep, I get it. I understand now.
There you go.
We're good.
Then you get into a Plaid, it's a whole different story.
Yeah, which I don't think we can take that one out.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a Plaid back there, but yeah, there's some restrictions on that, but no biggie. Let's see, we got the city skyline over here.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get it up on the highway real quick and just kind of, because that's the other, you know, real place you notice. I'm going to pop around real quick because I'd rather go this way. We can see how well we can do a U-turn.
Yep.
This is the annual Can Sebastian
U-turn.
U-turn.
That.
Yay!
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll get on the highway because that's the other place where, you know, having that much power is nice.
Yes.
When you're merging, you need to get up to speed.
On and off ramps, all that's nice. If you can goose it to get it up there, that's
Which part of that's just driving an EV, right? You know, I had to drive my wife's Santa Fe this weekend, and every time I was merging onto an interstate, I was like, oh, this is awful. Yeah. This is terrible.
Anytime, I mean, any EV you drive, you're going to get that instant torque. Even in your Bolt, you get that instant torque. Just not as much as a Model 3 Performance, but yeah, you get that instant torque, which is nice if you got to get on the interstate real quick or... I
do really like on the update where they've added so that the cameras come up when you use the turn signal.
I think that was an update probably a year or two ago. One of the holiday updates did that.
Very nice.
Yep. All right, we're going to pop up here for a second until we get to the highway, and then we'll give you our highway driving review. All right, we are back with you. We are now on the interstate. We can actually get up to some good driving speeds. So merging on. So Sebastian, you just merged on. How's that speed?
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Yep.
To be able to, I mean, that was a kind of short on-ramp to get up to this point, and to be able to just go from stoplight to 50 miles an hour and faster than I realized it's pretty sweet.
Yep.
We're going to keep getting over. This is that new pavement. I have to remember how this traffic pattern works.
Yes, there's some brand new roads here in Little Rock.
Get ready to merge again. All right. Merge over.
Yours. There we go, boys.
And that's not even crazy speeds.
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
that instant torque
Yep.
is something else, man.
People who can drive gas cars just don't understand, unless you're driving like, a Maserati or a Lamborghini or something like that. I mean, you just don't understand.
Having just the instantaneous,
yes.
like, I am now going.
Yes.
We are going now.
Yeah, it's not like I'm going to switch a couple gears and then get up there. No, you just go.
So, this is probably, I know this comes with age.
Yep.
And actually, no, it's all the way up.
Yep.
There's a lot of wind noise.
There's a lot of wind noise. So the older Teslas, and even in mine, do have a lot of the wind noise. In fact, with mine, I hear a constant whistling over mine.
Yeah, so it's not whistling.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like the window is cracked.
Yep.
Which I know some of that's just frameless windows, but I don't know.
No, it's just the wind noise. You hear it coming over the window, the side mirrors too sometimes, depending on what direction you're traveling, what speed you're going. But yeah, there's a lot of wind noise.
Okay.
Teslas seem to, with the Model 3 Highland, to get all of that kind of.
Yeah, I
Cleaned up.
don't remember it in Model 3 Highland. But
all the seals are tight. It's got that sound feature cleaned up. Hopefully they do it on the Model Y when it comes out next year.
That's it. If you're listening to music, you won't notice it. It's fine.
And the problem is you hear those noises a lot more because you don't hear an engine.
Yeah.
So you're just used to hearing, tire noise, wind noise, because in a normal ICE car you would hear the engine.
Right. All right. Well, that was a short little highway jaunt. We had to go from 30 to 630, and yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It rides well. It's a little bit bumpier than I think the other Model 3 was, which makes sense because it's on this more performance suspension, but even then it's still bearable.
Yep.
It would still be 100% daily drivable. There's some wind noise, whatever, but like I said, if you're listening to music or a podcast or whatever, you can tune it out instantly, and it's still quieter than a Chevy Bolt. So.
Still quieter than a Chevy Bolt. All right.
But I don't really know what else to say about it other than if you want a Model 3 and you want a also fast car. I mean, that's not to say the non-performance all-wheel drive is slow.
Nope.
But this is definitely a different class.
Yep.
It's just different.
All right, we're going to wrap things up for the day. We want to thank everyone. If you're interested in buying a used Tesla, check out evolveauto.com. They're located right here in North Little Rock. They do ship nationwide, so even if you live 5 or 6 states away, they can ship the car to you. This one is for sale. They're not sure of the price, but if you go to evolveauto.com, check out their inventory. They'll have all the prices. Thank you to Colin and the gang over there for letting us borrow this vehicle for a little bit, and we will see you again on another EV Geek podcast review. Say goodbye, Sebastian.
Bye!